Emus won a war against humans and can run nearly highway speeds. That's not folklore. In the 1930s, Australian farmers expanded into emu territory, and the emus came right up, jumped fences, ate crops, rooted up gardens, and refused to cooperate. The farmers could not get them under control, so they enlisted the military. Machine guns were set up, traps were arranged, and the plan was to eliminate the problem. It did not work. The emus would scatter in unpredictable ways, swarm back, scatter again, and the guns couldn't hit them effectively because of the way they broke formation. The ones that did hit did not die as fast as expected and did not stop eating. The public lost a stomach for watching emus being obliterated like that, and before the military could get rid of them, the operation was stopped. They call it the Great Emu War, or the War of Emu Aggression. They don't call it that, I call it that. And the emus won. These are large, flightless birds from Australia, about 6 to 7 feet tall, little dinosaurs running around over there. Make no mistake, they are dinosaurs. They have scales on their legs. They are full-fledged theropods. They are part of the ratites, the large, flightless birds like ostriches and cassowaries that evolved on Gondwana, which was Australia, India, and Africa before it separated into different continents. They deviated from each other many millions of years ago, but still share that two-legged theropod look. Emus can run up to 30 miles an hour. They are runners, not fighters. Cassowaries are fighters. Cassowaries live in wooded areas, are very aggressive, and have a kick with a claw that will eviscerate you. Emus prefer to escape. They scatter. Ostriches are somewhere in between. Emus have almost completely lost their wings and just have little wing remnants, where ostriches still have larger flaps they can flap. Diet-wise, emus are primarily seed-eating omnivores, opportunistic omnivores. They're primarily vegetarians. They eat seeds, plants, but they'll also eat bugs, lizards, mice, and anything that presents itself. Kind of like a chicken will, but they're mostly herbivorous. They do not need to drink a lot of water. They are very efficient at extracting water out of the seeds and bugs and lizards they eat. They do not have a real migratory pattern. They just wander and follow the food. If a bug jumps from one field to another, they follow the bug, like chickens skipping around in a yard, except there's no fence, so they just keep going. Because they descend from carnivores, they do the bird thing with gastroliths. They swallow stones and keep them in their gizzards. When they eat, the stones roll around and grind up the food. They'll pass the stones and re-eat them to keep the smooth stones in their belly to grind the plant material. That grinding, combined with all that wandering, makes them excellent at seed dispersal. They move from area to area, scratching and eating, and leave their scat full of seeds. A lot of plants can't grow without going through an emu first. There was even a push to farm them in the United States. Emu oil, eggs, and steaks were big things. Farmers tried to suggest they would be the next replacement for cows. They don't breed fast enough. They only produce about one egg a year that survives, and they're not domesticated by any stretch of the imagination. They're not family friendly. The meat was valuable for a while, the oil was valuable for a while, but it wasn't successful long term. Australia responded to the conflict differently than most countries. After the failed military effort, they added protective laws. They put emus under conservancy. They stopped the import of foreign animals. Dogs and cats and rabbits and cane toads had already happened, but they learned quickly and created protected areas for the animals they did have. These birds are not endangered. They're not struggling. Australia took a big swath of land and said there's no hunting here, and that conservation approach has impressed me ever since. So you have a 6-foot theropod that runs 30 miles an hour, grinds its food with stones, follows bugs across the continent, spreads forest through its poop, and once outmaneuvered the military. That's the essence of emu.